That extra bedroom in the listing photos, it might not legally exist. And if you buy that house without knowing that, you could be holding a property that's worth less than you paid and can't be rented the way you planned, and also could cost you thousands of dollars to fix or tear out. Illegal additions are one of the most common and misunderstood issues I see in transactions. Buyers don't know to look for them. Agents often don't flag them, and sellers sometimes don't even know that they have one. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what an illegal, how to spot one before you're in contract, and why, in Big Bear specifically, this issue can make or break your investment. I'm Rachael Smith, broker associate here at Remax Big Bear. I've been selling real estate in this market for over a decade. Residential, vacation rental, investment properties. I see this issue come up in inspections, in title reports, and in appraisals, and sometimes right before closing when nobody wants to deal with it. So let's talk about it now before it costs you. An illegal addition, sometimes called an unpermitted addition, is any construction done without the required building permits, or done with permits but never pass final inspection. Those are two different problems, and both of them matter. Permits exist because they require a license to review plans, check work in progress, and sign off when it's done correctly. That's how the county verifies that construction meets safety codes: structural, electrical, plumbing, fire safety. Skip that process and no one has verified the work is safe. And that is the core issue. It doesn't automatically mean dangerous. Sometimes a previous owner converted a garage or added a bathroom and did it well, just did it without the paperwork. But here's the problem. You can't know that without opening the walls. And the county has no record of it being done right. All of the risk transfers to you the moment that you close. The most common types I see are converted garages, finished basements, added bedrooms, bonus rooms, in-law suites. Sometimes it's the entire square footage that's off. Sometimes it's smaller, a deck, a retaining wall, but it still shows up as a discrepancy. There are a few common paths to unpermitted work. Most often, it cost avoidance. Permits run a few hundred to several $1,000s depending upon the scope, and some contractors push owners to skip them to keep the budgets down. Sometimes it's DIY work that crossed a line. Someone starts with flooring, keeps on going, and suddenly there's framing and electrical that was never inspected. Then there's the older home issue, particularly relevant mountain resort markets like ours. Cabins and vacation properties have been getting informally expanded for generations. The addition was done decades ago, never recorded, changed hands multiple times, and nobody caught it. That's extremely common here, and occasionally there's deliberate concealment of it, a seller who knows and hides it. That crosses into a disclosure violation territory and creates legal exposure for the seller. But you still need to know how to catch it regardless. The title report, which happens in every transaction, searches for anything affecting legal ownership and use of the property. Additions often surface as a discrepancy between county assessor records and the listed square footage. If the assessor shows 1,400 square foot and the listing says 1,850, that gap needs an explanation. Sometimes you'll find an open permit, one that was pulled and started but never received final inspection. That's unresolved county business attached to the title, and it follows the property until somebody closes it out. That somebody will be you if you don't catch it. Appraisers may exclude unpermitted square footage from the gross living area calculation as well. If that knocks the appraised value below your contract price, you now have a financing problem. And some lenders will require the seller to either permit the addition or remove it entirely before it'll fund the loan. This can kill a deal. If you find an illegal addition, here's what you can actually do. 1, require the seller to permit it before closing. Cleanest outcome, but it takes time, may require opening walls, and may force the seller to bring work up to current code at their expense. Not every seller will agree to that. Number 2, negotiate a price reduction. You're saying you'll take on the liability, but not at full price. The reduction should reflect the realistic cost to either permit or remove the improvement. Get a contractor estimate before you negotiate. And number 3, walk away. Sometimes this is the right answer, especially if the work is structural or electrical and creates real safety questions. And number 4, buy it as is with full knowledge, particularly in cash deals where lender requirements don't apply. Just understand you're carrying that liability forward. Here's where I want to be direct. A significant percentage of Big Bear buyers are purchasing for short-term rental income, Airbnb and VRBO. When a home has an unpermitted bedroom, a converted loft, or bonus rooms, buyers always assume that that space counts towards their rental capacity. It does not. San Bernardino County issues STR licenses based on legal bedroom count. Legal bedrooms appear on permitted plans and meet habitability requirements. Minimum square footage, egress windows, ceiling height, ventilation. Any unpermitted room does not count. If your permit is for 3 bedrooms and you're advertising 4-bedroom rental, you are out of compliance with the county and exposed with your insurance carrier as well. Many agents, and I say this with respect, but I'm going to be honest, don't know this. They include the unpermitted square footage in the total. They tell a buyer that it's a 4-bedroom property and they never flag the permit status. The buyer closes, lists their 4-bedroom on Airbnb, builds their projections around a room that legally doesn't exist. Then the county inspects, the STR license gets modified, or worst case, a guest is injured in this space and the insurance company denies the claim because the room wasn't legal. This is not hypothetical. It happens. So if you're buying in Big Bear and you find an unpermitted space, here's how to think about it. Option 1, get it permitted. Straightforward if the room is in good shape, complicated if it doesn't meet current code. Bring in a contractor and possibly a permit expediter before you decide it's viable. Option number 2, lock it off. Close it to the guests, exclude it from your listing, maintain compliance on the permitted portion of the home while you figure out the longer term path. Option 3, demo it. Painful, I know, but an unpermitted room that creates liability in a rental property costs more in the long run than the demo does. My honest advice for any investor shopping here, make unpermitted space a central question in due diligence, not an afterthought. Pull assessor records and compare them to the listing square footage. Get the full permit history from the county. Make sure your inspector is flagging unpermitted work and not just physical defects. And if you find it, price the deal accordingly because that room should cost the seller, not you. If you're buying in Big Bear, primary home, secondary home, or investment, this is exactly the kind of thing that I walk my clients through before they write an offer. Due diligence here isn't just the inspection report, it's knowing what you're actually buying, what the county considers legal, and whether the numbers work the way that the listing implies. If you want to have that conversation, sign up, tell me what you're looking for. We'll figure it out together whether a property actually makes sense for your goals. Illegal additions aren't always deal breakers. Sometimes they're fixable. Sometimes the price reflects the risk, but you can't make a smart decision if you don't know the problem exists. And too many buyers find out after the fact. Ask the questions up front, pull the permits, know what you're buying. That's how you protect yourself. Whether you're buying your forever home or building a rental portfolio in the mountains. I'm Rachael Smith. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.